Yo, and we're live. Hey, what's going on, people? I know you lot are gonna be spamming out the comment section and that soon, but yo, this is first show, boy. This is me and my boy KP. Obviously, you lot know that I was doing PT and before I started doing this, innit? Loads of people have been asking for fitness vlogs, like nutritional advice, all these other things. Obviously, that's not my main thing anyway, but my guy KP's here. This is what he does, man. Celebrity trainer,
Mm,
big boy in the game. Do you know what I'm saying?
yep.
So you're gonna get loads of gems here. You're gonna get loads of gems here, and then you can stop spamming my inbox on Instagram when you see me when you see me training and when you see me cooking and that, boy. So yo, introduce yourself, fam.
Yes, as Rant said, KP, we go back like 10 years now. And so, yeah, how we met, really, should we start there?
Yeah, let's start there, bro.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
So I always tell people this story because it just makes me laugh. I always tell people about the first time I met you, which
Yeah.
was, look, I've changed now, but obviously I was late, as I like to be. First day on the PT course. Obviously, as you do, and everyone's sitting there already, so you kind of come in and kind of just sit on the side. And I always remember, I remember what you said clearly. When you were sitting there, you was cracking joke as you do, and then you was talking to one guy on the course. It was Stacy, and I remember you going, "Bro, I'm cardio allergic," and then I was just in the corner busting up because I was thinking, "My man's talking my language, boy." My biggest fear of the course was, bro, please don't make them do a bleep test.
Yeah,
I
oh,
was
bro.
like, bro, I just didn't want to do nothing fitness related. And I remember you saying it. And then obviously from there, I come over, we spoke. And really from that day, we were just brethren, isn't it? If we call it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, this is it, bro.
And
That's
that was
what it
it.
was. Like literally, we went on
Yeah.
the course and it was like,
Mm.
bruv, you're the only person I really spoke to like that, bruv, and you're still the only person I spoke
Yeah.
to. Like, so that's just, bruv.
Literally.
Yeah,
I don't
literally.
even know if
Sometimes
I don't even know who's in the industry from that course, if I'm honest with
me
you.
neither. I don't know who's still doing it. I don't know who's doing what, bruv. But it's mad because sometimes in life you just meet people in it, and then it's just like, boom,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it. You get me? And that's how it was, bro. Like
yeah.
that course was funny, bro.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
was
mean?
funny.
Like,
It was
there's
really
definitely a
funny.
few man. We know that they never scored 12 months in the industry, fam. You know what I mean? So. It's a cutthroat industry, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's
100%.
cutthroat, bro. Like, it's one of them ones. If you're not
Yeah.
good, you won't survive, innit? That's the only thing I
Yeah,
do
it's
like
savage.
about it because it does kind of sieve the part timers out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because when you see that the bag ain't there, do you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You go back to your 9 to 5, innit?
Well, remember, it's like if you think when we done it was like what 2021, and it's like the sell of the course is always 50K. But what
Yeah.
people don't realize is it says 50K OTE, like on target earnings, and people have to
Yeah,
understand like OTE is very much OTE. Like
it is.
that means like if you hit your target, but
That's it.
realistically, it's more like, especially in your first year, it's more like 15K,
Yeah.
20K.
First
So
year,
like,
it's a minimum wage thing, bro. Like it
yeah,
is,
yeah,
unless
100%.
your hustle is on point. But you can't really go
Yeah,
into something new, not knowing how things work, and just hit the ground running.
yeah,
There needs to be a process where you're learning in it. Do you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
100%.
this is what it is, bro.
That was
So
my
like,
kind of take on it.
yeah, it was. They were telling man like you could just go self-employed straight away and just slap 50 likes. I was like, nah. That can't run, or else everyone would be doing this, bro.
Word,
Do you know what I'm
100%.
saying? I just a
You know what's
madness, bro.
funny? No, you know what's funny? I'm just thinking. It's funny now because obviously as we start talking, you start remembering. Do
Yeah.
you remember? Obviously then we ended up both started working at Nuffield straight away. Do
Yeah.
you remember?
Yeah, bro.
So that's even funny because if you remember when we was in Nuffield now, I went to Bloomsbury first and you was
Yeah.
in Bronsbury Park. And then
Yeah.
we ended up working together
Yeah, that's
in
what I'm saying, bro.
Covent Garden.
Yeah,
And
bro.
Covent Garden, I gotta talk about this, yeah?
Yeah.
Your exit from Covent Garden is still the highlight and the funniest moment of my career.
I can't even remember it because I've done so much wild stuff in my life.
I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you now, bro. I'm not gonna say his name because you got good viewings in it, so I can't really talk about man's name. You don't want to get in trouble. But basically, we had a fitness manager that we both thought was a joker, innit?
Yeah.
So obviously, he was just, remember, he used to give us these dead team talks, and we'd be like, who's this guy? Do you remember? And I'll never forget one day, he's like, do you know what, bro? I've had enough of this guy, bro. He's like, bro, he can just do whatever, man. Just bounce. And I'll never forget, he was like, he could not believe, you know, like he thought he was gonna come back like 5-10 minutes later. Even I did. That was your last day in Nuffield, bro.
Bro, this is me. You see me, yeah? That's what I mean. You know what it's bad, yeah? People see me on YouTube and that, and they think, "Rab, is this guy really like this?" Bro, this is I'm not acting. This is who I am. Like, if I've had enough, I've had enough. I'm walking out.
Bro, look, I tell everyone I show your videos, I'm like, listen, the funniest thing about this guy's videos is this is how my man is. Like, this is what he's like. And this is why it's funny, because he's always been like this since we were young.
That's it. Like, these guys don't realize that. When I walked out, I had no, bro. Man, everyone was surprised except people that knew me, blood. Like, this is, once I make up my mind, it's done, innit? Like, this is it, bro. Like, it's done, bro. You might as well just, you know what I mean? You might as well just cut the thing there, because that's what I'm on. Like, once I've decided I'm doing something in life, it's done, innit? You can't talk me out of it. You can't talk me around, blood. That's why man always does well, bro. I have goals, and then I achieve them, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? And if you don't fit into that, bro, it's peak. I just leave.
Yeah, no, straight up.
I just dipped, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, it was mad because the industry, like, there's just so much, bro. There's so much myth attached to the fitness industry, and the longer you're in it, like, bro, what I don't like is I don't like when people try and be too self-righteous, bro. We all started in the same place, where we had to discover things for ourselves, innit? You know, when men are running around preaching like they always knew the answer. You didn't, bruv. Like, everyone that started their fitness journey got gassed into spending bare money on protein shakes. Everyone. You know them ones there. And then you get wise and you realize that, bruv, you're being sold a dream, bruv. The same way they tell you important breakfast is, then they try and sell you cereal. But man shouldn't be eating cereal, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's so many different myths, like, in the industry, bro, and you just have to break them down over time, bro. Like, there's so much lies attached to everything, and mostly it's for monetary gain for whoever, whether it's for the industry, the people selling the products, or the trainers, or whatever. There's so many things you get told. That's just a myth, bro.
Yeah, it's funny, like, so, especially on that. So, one of the things, if you remember, so obviously when I was in the Nuffield period, where I was still trying to look for jobs and, you know, meeting people, you'd go into these recruitment days, and, you know, in these recruitment days, you got a lot of trainers, like 10, 20 trainers. You know, every time man come in and they're like, yeah, I've been here, I've done this. And I'm not going to lie, my first year in the industry, bro, obviously my experience was nothing. Like, I trained at the local youth center where my workout consisted of a 500-meter row and an hour on the bench press, bro, with 3 sets on the lat pull down to complement the workout. That was my gym experience, bro. When we done the course, bro, I had never done a squat in my life. Like, not one squat, bro. If you remember, you won't even remember this. You lot were all squatting. And you were saying to me, raw, like, you got to sit down. You got to go lower. And everyone was kind of doing it because everyone there was a bit older than us, if you remember. And I think you had experience from whatever. But most of the people there didn't have experience. I mean, had more experience in training, like, properly. If you see what I mean? I just had the hood training. Like, I could bench 100 kilos. And I was like, raw, that makes me legit. But I didn't know about training.
That's
you know what I'm saying? All I knew about the milestone in my gym was if man can bench 100 kilos, you can bench when everyone's in the gym. But it was like, if you can't bench 100, you have to bench later on. That was our sort of thing. You know, man can't jump in the step. You don't want to. When you got to take all your plates off, man's like, no, big man, you got to bench later.
You can't bench at peak times, blood, if you can't slap 2 plates on there, innit? I hear that still. Now, that's how it was. And that's what I mean. Because I was playing football and that before, like, I had experience of doing that. Do you know what I mean? But, like, it was just, bruv, like, you learn so much in it. And that's why when I get loads of people saying to me, like, what's the right thing, what's the wrong thing, bro, like, it depends on where you are in your fitness journey, bruv. Like, you can't just do everything at once, blood. You can't. You know what I mean? I'm still in my life now, bro. Like, and I've had my qualification for 10 years? Do you know what I'm saying? And still, and you're always learning, bro. Like, it's a process where you never know everything, fam. Do you know what I mean? And the biggest mistake a lot of men make here is that they get their paperwork and then they just think they know everything and they stop learning, fam.
See, the thing is, for me, like, one of the things that switches me off when speaking to people in this industry is when people claim to know everything.
Yeah.
So what I found over my experience and meeting, like I've met so many people in the industry, like super qualified people to less qualified people. And what you'll find is it's like the more experienced and real legitimate people will happily, they're more skeptical. So what they'll say, rather than just writing things off, they often will be a bit like, well, you know, you gotta maybe understand why. So for example, you know, like you might watch one of my clients doing a squat and you might be like, yeah, but they need to squat deep. So if you remember when we started, everyone wanted to squat like an Olympic lifter. Do you remember that? It was like if man couldn't squat like and sit on his ankles, your squat wasn't right.
Yeah.
But it's like realistically, like if you're not an Olympic lifter, do you need to squat that deep?
Yeah.
And this is just one example.
But you might not have the mobility.
That's my point. So you could increase. So if I've got someone and maybe they've had a knee injury and maybe you wouldn't even apply a squat, but let's just say for argument's sake, we're still going to allow them to squat because they like the exercise. All right. Now, they might be squatting and you might perceive it to be a range that's not good enough. If you make a comment or a judgment on that without understanding why, it just reveals your ignorance.
Yep.
And this is what you see often. And like you said, like people have to appreciate that there's various stages to this fitness industry. So now me, 10 years on, I realize I just don't know enough, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly questioning, constantly learning. I might see something that someone who's been in the industry 6 months does, and I'm like, right, that's good. I'll have a bit of that for me. My client's going to be trying that. My client's going to be using that once I've tried and played with it a bit. I'm constantly learning, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through various methods. You see me, I train and I do everything, bro. Like last year, I've done a marathon. We're talking about being cardio allergic. 10 years ago,
used to run
10 years later, I do a marathon.
Yep.
Never. Now, one of the big things actually, especially during this lockdown, and I'm recommending it to a lot of people, bro, is just walking.
Yeah.
Telling people to walk, bro, because people don't walk enough anymore. And I'm like, listen, with the running's great. It gets you there quicker than walking would. But then you're going to pick up you got the risk of knee injuries, your hips get tighter, you know, all of these factors. Whereas with the walking, actually, if you just walk with a decent posture, actually opens your hips up a bit more, you get your glutes a bit more activated. And there's actually a lot of health benefits to it. You could have never told me, even 5 years ago, that walking could be considered a workout. I was too ignorant. I'd have been like, no way.
It's mad.
No way.
That's what I'm saying. I think I walked like 10 miles, like I think a couple of weeks ago, because I just needed to clear my head because I've been in my yard for like 6 weeks. I hadn't really been outside. And bro, just walking, bro. The next day, my body was aching, bro. Like fam, like you know what, bro. I just said, let me just go for a walk. You know, you just don't even think about walking like exercise. Like I cycle. I cycled 20 miles yesterday, calm. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like cycling's exercise to me because I'm fit enough. You know them, like I done 30 miles the day before, and I was averaging about 12, 13 miles an hour, just comfortable.
Nice.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then I looked.
Yeah. Have you got a good bike?
Yeah, bruv, look, it's right behind, bro. Like, man, I got a specialized, man spent peas on that, my guy. You know, like that. Come on, G. You know, like that.
Bro, you know, that's mad, yeah? Bro, do you remember back in the day when man could get them? They're like £70. It's like,
I get them on the black market. No, I'm legit. I had to go and actually. You know, like
bro, man could get a special, you know, like £80, bro. You know, like
I
normal
can get
bikes.
a specialized for a bill from a little youth down the road, but like I don't want to get pulled over on that. You know, like that. So I had to go spend the big money on that. You know, like that. So you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, you see, now you bought it, bro. Can you imagine what you would do if you saw a little youth riding on the road on your bike? Like, can you just think about it now? You would have bought that bike for £80.
Bro, I'm calling the police straight away because I know how much that bike costs. You know, like that. If I see a little kid sitting on a grand bike, I'm calling feds. It's not his. You know, like that.
Bro. Man's on your bike, bro. You want to kill them,
police on man, bro. Like that's a madness. Like you know, when you're younger, you don't have no empathy for man.
Empathy, bro.
None. And then I'm thinking, this guy's on a £1,000 bike. He's shooting it for £100. Wow.
You know what's worse is like back in the day, you'd see man, and it's like you could tell where their bike could be chained up, and obviously where man couldn't get the bike off the chain, man would just foul it instead, like bruck up the wheels and just burn up the bike. Some of these youths are savage, bro. I swear.
Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. And like, bro, like I slept a calm 30 miles on a bike. It's not even exercise to me in my head. And then the next day, yeah, I'm like, bro, why am I so hungry? You know the ones where, bro, like when you're, bro, I was just burning through calories and not even thinking. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't see that as exercise, just like walking. But then my body was mashed up after doing 20 miles walk. And I was in running trainers, so it's not like man was in bad trainers, but walking exercise, bro. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Just adjusting little things in your lifestyle can go a long way. During this quarantine, like there's no excuse, bro. There's no excuse. Man say, yeah, the gym's not open, this, that, and the other. But bro, just even walking makes a difference to the calorie consumption and the calories burnt in the day, bro. Just sitting in your house, no matter how well you're eating, yeah, like the effect that cardio has on your body and your metabolism, bro, like food ain't gonna replicate that, fam.
Bro, think about what you just said, yeah. You was just like having to adapt. My client, literally, I just had a client outside. Obviously now we're allowed to work outside again. My client just said to me, she said, Carl, on a level, I can't believe I used to go to the gym to jog. She's like, she said, and I said, obviously we got to remember we live in London, so it's winter. But she's like, yeah, but at this period of time, rather than me just run in the park or walk, I would have went to the gym to jog.
Yeah.
And it's like, because you know, the first thing, especially when you're like in a small studio setting, the first thing people usually say is there's no treadmill.
Yeah.
And you might be like, yeah, because trainers don't really believe in treadmills, because the reality is it's just way more efficient and way more cost efficient to get people to run outside. It's actually better for them.
Yeah.
Even if it's for a shorter distance or you run on a softer surface like grass. And treadmills are just super expensive, bro.
Yeah,
like a decent treadmill sets you back a minimum 5K.
Yeah, 5 bags. Do you know what I mean? For something that you could do on the floor outside.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy.
Don't make no sense, bro. And you learn a lot of bad habits running on a treadmill as well. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly.
It's just one of them ones where it's not even, it just don't even make sense. But it's just like reprogramming your mind in everything, bro. Like we were just talking, like, I don't even eat meat no more, yeah. And it's like, I always said to myself, I could never give up meat. I could never give up meat.
Yeah.
But I just gave it up, fam. I'm one of them guys where nothing can beat me, blood. That's my attitude, innit? I can't be defeated.
Yeah.
And when I was like, what do you mean I can't? Watch me, bam. I just did it. You know the ones like,
do
once
you
I
eat
got
fish?
something in my head, yeah, I eat fish, but not often. Like I had fish a couple days ago. I think I had some sea bass.
Yeah.
But I'd say I'm vegetarian, yeah, like probably out of, if there's 4 weeks in a month, I'd probably eat fish 4 or 5 days in a month.
Serious?
Yeah. I don't have it every week. Bro. I'll go a whole week.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
Great, bro. Do you know what I mean? But I struggle to kind of keep weight on, bro. Like I'm just lean all the time, which isn't a problem. Do you know what I mean? But this is the lightest. This is the lightest I've ever been, yeah, without trying to be like.
Yeah.
You know.
What's your body weight?
Now I'm probably about 80 kilos, yeah, and that's because I haven't been training like at the intensity I normally train at for like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
But like when I'm training again, like bro, I'm 76 kilos, bro. Like I'm a calm, like super middleweight, like lean, shredded, like without trying to
That's
cut.
Crazy.
Shredded, bro. And that's just from giving up meat, bro. Like, and it's mad because people talk about carbs and that. My carb consumption's higher, bro, because I'm eating everything with rice now. Do you know what I mean? Before I used to have chicken and veg. I'd have like half a chicken and broccoli and that and smash that and love it.
Yeah.
Now I'm having rice. Like I made a vegetable curry today. Like I've thrown like mushrooms in there, peppers. I got plantain in there. I got kidney beans in there. Like I got pulses and that.
Proper things.
I'm eating that. Do you know what I mean? I'm slapping hard food and that. And bro, like I'm leaner than ever, bro. Do you know what I mean?
So you've kept your muscle mass, yeah?
I've kept my strength. Do you know the ones there? Like, and that's the main thing. Yeah. Like my muscle mass has stayed. Do you know what I mean? My strength has stayed. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like because I'm eating more carbs, I actually have more energy when I'm training, blood. Because I just got bare carbs, bro. Bare
that makes
carbs
sense.
in me. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not losing strength. I'm not losing that much muscle, and I'm actually fitter. Like, do you know what I mean? I was training for my fight. I was meant to have a fight on the 3rd of May, and I trained, and I'd been completely meat free, yeah, and I had more energy in training, yeah, and I wasn't counting calories to cut because, bro, vegetables and fruit just go through you. It's just water.
Yeah. Are you drinking Are you drinking vegan protein shakes as well, or are you just
Nah, I
eating?
take no protein shakes whatsoever. I'm eating more like kidney beans, black beans, stuff like that to
Yeah.
get extra protein in. So like I'll
How's
make
your
a
belly?
soup.
Are you farting and all that?
Nah, but definitely your digestion is rapid, bro. Like man will go toilet 2-3 times a day instead of instead of once, bro. You see all
You're
the
saying
fiber,
you
yeah?
cleanse the colon, yeah?
Clear, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then I have my celery juice in the morning.
So
Like I
you didn't do the clonic, no? You didn't do a
nah,
clonic.
bro. I don't need that, bro. My insides
Yeah.
are
I
shining,
can't.
bro. My
I'll
insides
be
are
honest with you, bro. Yeah, I can't do it, bro. I'm not doing it,
shining.
bro. Bro, I'm being real with you. I'm not doing it. More power to man who's doing it. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's a madness. I would never even
Nah.
consider something like that. You know?
Bro, that's an exit. I tell man straight up,
Exit
exit
only, fam.
only,
But man's
bro.
putting tubes in
Exit
there. And
only,
man are
bro.
watching it come out and that. Nah, that's wild. I'm light enough already. I'm fine. You know, like that. But like man bangs, yeah. Like I have like a celery, yeah. I have celery, lemon, and ginger, yeah. And that's just for my immune system, just for everything. And I just have that in the morning
Yeah,
because I normally fast anyway, like do
yeah.
intermittent fasting and that. So like I have my
So tell
celery
me,
ginger. Yeah,
do you what two things? Because
yeah,
do you think it's the fasting that's helped you get your weight down? Because people are into that,
yeah.
or do you think it's the fact that you just don't have the weight of the meat in you, so your digestion's a lot better? Because
I don't
there's a
have the
big
weight of
push
their
on this
meat, you
fiber
know, because
movement,
remember
like increasing your fiber.
I was doing intermittent fasting from way back and I was eating meat. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was getting lean, but
Yeah,
bro, like even when I stopped fasting, yeah, like I just feel like because of the fiber and also the water, people forget the water when they're talking about when you get full, you get full. Fiber fills you and water fills you. So if you're eating a lot of fruit and
yeah,
vegetables, you're not hungry, bro. And also, I've got a sweet
yeah,
tooth,
yeah, yeah,
so the fruit sorts that out. I was banging like a whole watermelon a day sometimes, and the amount of
yeah,
water you
yeah,
get from that, the fiber, and just sugars and stuff like that, I wasn't craving sweet things anymore, bro. Like when I don't eat fruit,
yeah,
I want chocolate, blood.
yeah. Because you
You
know
know?
what I'm like. I can get.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm in the industry, but it's like one of the things I always say to my clients, and I think what's allowed me to be successful is I'm not obsessed in it. I'm not
yeah,
obsessed with fitness, meaning like
yeah,
I have a normal life in it. Obviously, I live a healthier life than your average person. I live in the
yeah,
healthier percentage of the country, but I don't have an obsessed lifestyle. Do you
yeah,
understand? But at the same time, things like sugars and stuff, I know
yeah,
how addictive that stuff can be.
yeah,
Like I was saying to one of my friends, like my boy Lee, shout out Lee McLaughlin, he's a good trainer. And like Lee is like one of the most disciplined people I know. Like Lee
yeah,
is 6 to 8% body fat year round. Elite sprinter, good
yeah,
trainer. But Lee, bro, just doesn't eat cheat meals. Like since I've known the guy, he just don't eat cheat meals.
yeah,
And so I remember speaking to him one time and I was saying to him, bro, do you know what's crazy? That when I decided to restrict my sugar intake, yeah, for like a period of time, I don't know, let's just say it was 4 weeks.
yeah,
Bro, I remember the first time I had a real refined sugar again. So it was a biscuit that I liked. Bro, I felt like a pleasure signal in my brain, bro, like I took a drug.
yeah. But that's
Like
what it
it
is.
felt good. And I was like, that's scary what that does for you, bro.
Yeah,
And that's the thing people have to override. But what it is the initial phase is hard. So, like you said, like the fruit and substituting the food in for the sugars is a great tip.
mm.
It's a big
You
tip
you have to, bro.
for
Like
sure.
I don't believe in giving up anything completely. Like I don't eat meat now, yeah. But if I had craving for chicken wings, I'd eat it, and I'd be guilt free
Yeah,
in
yeah,
eating it. You know them ones. Like I don't do
yeah,
it
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
I like how my body feels now, not eating it, bro. Like
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
just you see when you eat meat and you get that digestive feeling and like black people call it the itis and that, and we used to associate it with carbs, but it's not the carbs, it's the meat.
So it's funny. So it's funny you're saying this, isn't it? Because obviously we was having a conversation off air, but like a week ago about this. Remember, I didn't realize that you was vegetarian now. And I said,
Yeah,
"Wow, you vegan?" Remember we were speaking. And
yeah,
what's crazy, yeah, is this started like a long time ago. So basically, when I first started at my gym where I work now,
mm,
one of my managers basically was like, at the time, bro, I was young, bro. I remember coming in, I came into the office one time, bro, I'm a PT, yeah. this is ridiculous now looking back, but I came into the office with a big tasty meal from McDonald's. And I didn't understand why they were disturbing me when I was eating my meal, bro. They were they were upsetting me. I was like, these people are annoying. Like, I wanted to eat my big tasty meal. And everyone's there preaching to me.
Yeah.
So what he done, he gave me it was a documentary called Food Inc. This is before Netflix, bro. I think this is on Netflix, but at the time, gave it to me on a memory stick. And I remember watching it, bro. And they were showing like chicken farms in it.
Yeah.
And talking about how they accelerate the growth, give them steroids. And bro, it made me feel ill. So from there, I was like, do you know what? I can't do it. So, bro, I haven't had a Morley's chicken wing. Bro, I haven't eaten that stuff in like 5 years, bro. Where man would eat that 3 times a week, standardly. A lot of it's money as well at the time, innit? But the reality is, man would eat that 3 times a week. So I cut that down, and then I went to like free range or organic.
Yeah.
But do you know what? It's funny you're saying that, because what I've started to notice now is you do feel that, like, even if it's white meat, which is good,
feel it digesting, innit?
Red meat, you feel it, bro, and you just don't feel good,
bro.
You just don't feel good.
And that's what done it for me. You know what it was, yeah? Like, what was that? What was the thing on Netflix that came out, bro, with the athletes and that?
Game Changers.
Yeah, Game Changers. As soon as I saw that, I was like, and you know what done it for me, bro? It was bloods. That's what it was. I saw the blood, and I saw how cloudy people's bloods were and that. And the thing is, because I've had operations and that, like, I've had my blood taken, and they told me that my blood is like in the top 2% in the country in terms of like just how my blood's balanced and everything like that. I've had really good bloods anyway, bro. But when I saw how cloudy certain man's blood were from eating meat and that, I was like, bro, like, that's the stuff that you can't see, innit? That's you can't see is what kills man, bro. You know,
if I'm honest with you, so I appreciate both sides, innit? So the Game Changers, I think there was a lot of good in the Game Changers, mainly because
it wasn't balanced, though. Do you know what I mean? And that's why
it was imbalanced, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
I felt like it was motive driven.
Yeah,
but it's like, at the same time, what I liked about it was that it was encouraging men to eat more vegetables, innit? And that's the thing, bro. Especially, and like you speak about, look, the reality is we're black, innit? So even when they talk about this coronavirus thing and they're talking about how blacks and Asians are falling victim to it more, it's because of the obesity, bro, in our populations.
And the obesity
the diabetes, the obesity, bro, which comes from the high meat and the high sugar diet. It's not just carbs, bro, not normal carbs. This is high sugar, bro. And then all the sauces that are associated with it. All them sauces, even the pepper sauces, the jerk sauces, they're all full of sugar, bro.
Bro, because when I was eating, yeah, like, for instance, when I was just having like chicken and hard food, like, I had my slow cooker, I season up my chicken, I'd dash yam in there, plantain, green banana, everything, bare carbs. Never got no weight.
Like
no
grandma.
weight. I was clapping that, no weight, you know. I was wham, bro. That's the leanest and the wedgest man's ever been. I was just clapping hard food, bro, and chicken on the bone. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was wham, bro. I was moving houses, blood. So it's got nothing to do with that. It's all the sugars, like you said, even like the Guinness Punch and all these things. Man are using,
bro.
Like, man are using that flipping, what's that milk called?
Condensed milk.
The condensed milk, bro.
Condensed milk's a madness, bro. Oh, you know, no, bro. You see that stuff there? That's mad, you know, bro.
That's crack,
it's
bro.
Mad.
That's what that is.
Bro, it's mad. Like, you see, like, bro, that, then you have a patty on top of it, bro. And multiple patties, bro.
And a nourishment
and sour wings. Bro, it's crazy.
And that's what
this is the thing that man's promoting now, bro. Like, it's nuts, because if you can catch this early and young, you can completely change your health.
Completely.
You get me? Like, we're only 30, 31. The thing is, bro, like, I'm thinking about the future, and this has even affected how man's training now. You see, like, where before, I'm like, okay, I'm deadlifting and I'm doing all 6, 8 reps of heavy weight, bro. If I've got a weight now in deadlift, and let's say I can hit 6 on it. Let's say, for argument's sake, let's just brag a bit. I can hit like 5. If I pushed it, I could hit 5 reps on like 220 on a deadlift, bro. For what benefit? For what benefit? For a sore back? For a sore back for a week, bro. I just hit 1 or 2, or I drop down to 200 and I hit singles, bro. What am I rushing for? What's the race, bro? Okay, congratulations on your Instagram. You've posted up 250 kg on a deadlift, bro. Good luck. 4 just lifted 500, innit? The reality is, bro, it's not that impressive, innit? It's not that impressive. So to me, like, because I know we're lapping everything, but like my advice, these are the fitness advice to people. One of the big things, bro, is just thinking about things a bit more, like kind of appreciating why you're doing stuff, and everything's about the reason for it. So like your reason for going vegetarian, you're saying, bro, I feel better in it. One thing that I can say for sure, for everyone who I know that's gone vegetarian or vegan, is that they tell me they feel better. And what I will say is this: to me, it's a bit inconclusive on the reasons why. Whether that's because they've cut the meat or whether that's because they've increased their vegetables. But usually, I find that people who become vegetarian or vegan become more nutrition. What's the word? More nutrition conscious.
Absolutely.
So they start to eat better foods.
Yeah,
And
the
so
meals
I'm not
they
sure
eat
that's why they
have
feel
higher
better.
nutritional value for sure.
Exactly. Whereas like when people are eating meat, they grab and go, they grab a sandwich with this and it and that. And so I'm not sure, but for me, for sure, I know that the meat and just the meat people are eating, I think the volume of consumption and the quality of meat. So, for example, my argument to people who might say, yeah, but to eat good meat, for example, yeah, they say to eat good meat's expensive. I say, well, treat it like a delicacy. It's better you eat good meat once a week than bad meat 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
It's better you find an alternative. That's my argument.
Yeah.
See what I'm trying to say?
That's how it should be treated, though. Do you know what I mean? But for me personally, when I eat meat, like I feel like after I've eaten, the way I feel in my body is different, bro. Like with carbs, I can bang like a meal, like rice, beans, whatever, bare vegetables, whatever, eat that, and then half an hour later, I can just be up and about moving and that. I don't feel like it paralyzes, man. When I have a heavy meaty meal, I just want to sit back in my chair and I'm just like, boom, and I almost feel the meat digesting in my body, bro. Like I can
you're
feel.
right. You're right.
Do you know
I
what I'm
agree
saying?
with that 100%.
Like it doesn't
With
pass
red
through your
meat, I
system.
definitely feel that.
Yeah,
with
it
red
doesn't
meat, I
pass through your
definitely feel
system,
that.
bro. And that's what it is. So now I'm not having that. Like the only thing is harder. It's harder to get calories in, bruv, because everything's just water. So I'm just eating. And like someone might see my meal and they'll be like, right, you're eating a lot. And I'm like, bro, this is 400 calories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In
like
fairness, I think in most cases, bro, it's probably a benefit. Obviously, if you're a man that wants to, for me, I'm a man that's always trying to fight weight gain, innit? From a perspective, I don't like the short, stocky look, innit? I'm not mad short, but I'm 175, innit? But to me, I always think it's better to be a bit slimmer and more powerful. Because as soon as I get too heavy, I don't feel as agile and I feel less athletic. And so for me, that would be a benefit. It'd be a benefit to have lower calorie meals, if I'm honest with you.
But that's where my mindset has changed, because obviously growing up, man used to watch wrestling. I used to watch Bres, and we're not thinking, these men are on steroids, We're just like, yo,
every steroid, bro.
We're just like, yo, I want to look like I'm a warrior, fam. Like, man looks sick. Like,
yeah.
The larger you are, the more respect you get, So I'm like, yo, I want to be wham. I got up to 94 kg, fam. I was wedged, bro. I was benching 140 for reps. For reps, bro. Like when man see me now, they could never believe, that I was as big as I was, bro. I was massive.
I remember you got that picture, bro. You was on that cell mass, bro. That BSN cell mass. Ronnie Coleman cashed you, bro.
Bro,
I was
slapping what 100 and I was spending like 150 a month on protein, fam. Easy 150. Man had the big tubs of protein, 2 big tubs. I had pre-workout, post-workout, animal stack. Everything, bro. I was wham. Like literally, man's biceps looked like London Underground map, blood. Like I was a wedge. And then I started getting tired walking up the stairs in the gym, and I was like, bro, I ain't meant to be this big. Like, I went from running around at 78 kilos playing football to walking around at 94 and I was just tired of doing normal things.
It's funny you say that. The biggest I've been, and this wasn't on purpose, innit? Basically, is when my twins were born, innit? And I just wasn't really training like that. So I was just a bit, bro, I was just doing less movement, innit? Put it that way. And I got up to like 89 kilos, bro. And I'll never forget it. Bro, this was like a turning point in my life, bro. My brother was playing football with me and he done a step over, And bro, the time it took me to turn, bro, everyone on the side was laughing at me. Like, you know, when the whole crowd laugh at you, bro. And I was like, nah, I saw that. It's like, it wasn't even, I didn't miss it, bro. It's just, I couldn't react. It was like, he done the step over, bro. And I just was like this. And I was like, you know what? This is not the
This
thing,
is
bro.
not
It's
thing,
not
bro.
about this. Nah,
It's
dead.
not cool. Being fit, yeah, being agile, bro. That's where it's at.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
just
it's at.
feel a lot better, bro.
It's about being
I feel a
fit.
lot
Being
better.
able to do everything, bro. Man can run
Yeah.
if I need to run. Like I hate running, but I remember I
Mm.
seen one girl, yeah, and she was boxing, and she was like, oh yeah, like she wanted to do like in boxing you have to do like 2 mile runs and they time it.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, how fast can you run 2 miles? I was like, I don't run. Do you know what I mean? And she runs all the time, and she was like, oh, let's run together. And I was like, no, I'll probably beat you though, so let's not. You know that was. And she was like, you don't run though. I said, bruv, listen, I weight train, I row, I do everything, bro. So man's just
Yeah.
fit at everything. Smashed her at running. You know that one. I said, but I smashed her. You know that one. Then it's like, bro, once your heart is strong, bruv, you can do anything. And that's why limiting yourself to doing one type of training, yeah, just for health reasons, it don't make sense, bro.
Well, put it like this, bro. Like, just to give you what you've just said. So, you know, in a marathon, like most general marathon programs will recommend you run 3 times a week. So I'll say you need to block out at least 3 months, minimum 3, but usually 6 for longer term plan. 3 months, you run 3 times a week, one short, one medium, and one longer run. So you usually say your shorts for speed, your mediums for conditioning, your long is for conditioning again. So your long's like a recovery run just to get miles in your legs. Bro, look, because of my work schedule, I could only run once a week. I was running once a week, bro. Sunday morning after doing 60-hour work week. And long story short, I ran a marathon in under 4 hours.
Mad.
And the reason why I say that is, look, is it elite? Is it elite? No, like I know man that run a marathon close to 3 hours and under 3 hours. The point is, under 4 hours is very respectable, yeah? And it's because I've got general conditioning.
Yep.
And so I done the CrossFit course in 2015, and I know a lot of people are anti-CrossFit, but I'm a big CrossFit fan. I just think the application of CrossFit is what needs to be addressed.
It's because
they
don't coach the lifts, but actually, you see them the metabolic training is
not
way
all of them. But also, it's not all of them. It's just that the problem is CrossFit's huge, isn't it? Yeah. So it's very hard to match. It's like personal trainers get a bad name. The reality is like PTs get a bad name, but not every PT is bad. It's the same principle.
But when
CrossFit, I was on the course,
because the classes are so big, I'm saying during the classes you can't police it, because I used to train clients out of a CrossFit gym.
No.
And the conditioning CrossFit is wavy. Like when they do the sweat classes, they're sick, bro.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? With the kettlebells and all of these things. But it's when you've got man doing snatches and that for reps, for time.
Yeah. That's dangerous.
bro. And you've got a class of 20 man.
Yeah, you're braver than me if you're going to deliver, if you're going to get people to do snatches for volume, innit? You're braver than me. I wouldn't take that risk. But each to their own. But what I was going to say is the one thing that they said on the CrossFit course that I like more than anything, they basically give this like picture in it, and they go, okay, if you've got a 100-meter runner, an 800-meter runner, and a marathon runner, who do you think is going to do the best across the events? And the obvious answer is the 800-meter runner, because he's kind of got both conditionings.
Yeah.
And they said, this is what CrossFit's about. So they say specialization is not a problem, but the cost of specialization is to then suck at some other things. So like if you're an elite powerlifter, it's very unlikely that you're going to be a good runner. And if you're an elite runner, it's very difficult. It's very unlikely that you're going to be an elite lifter. Whereas CrossFit kind of promote being good at a bunch of things across the board. Yeah. And the thing for me, that resonates with me, because that's what I'm on. Bro, I'm not going to compete in powerlifting. Yeah. I'm not going to compete in Olympic lifting. I just want to be fit for life, bro. Meaning I want to be able to do everything, and I want to be able to play with my kids. So to give you perspective, when I got to my strongest pound for pound, I was 82 kilos. I could deadlift 250 kilos. I could bench 155 kilos, and I could squat 200 kilos. Bro, I couldn't touch my toes because my back was sore. I couldn't pick up. I remember one time I tried to twist in the car to pick up, like to do something to one of my kids, like give my kid a dummy, I think, but I couldn't turn. I was like, this isn't fitness, bro. This isn't fitness. You get me? And it's not just because I was strong, but I was stiff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, man, it's better you can do everything well. Am I the most flexible man in the world? No, but I can sit in a squat, I can hold, I can rotate, I can lift my leg up, I can touch my toes. Do you see what I'm saying? So I think the big advice you would give to someone with fitness is kind of like, what is it you want to be able to do? And the thing is like, I've got nothing but respect for a man who can bodybuild and dedicate themselves to it. Like, good on you, innit? But if you're not gonna do it for competitive purposes, I understand you want to look good, but you've got a question like, do you need to live like someone who gets paid to look this good, or could you afford to be a bit like not quite as extreme as him, look good still, but kind of still be able to do a bunch of different things? Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's how I see it. So it's like understanding why you're doing these things, bro. That's a big, big thing.
But that's it. And you ask people what their goals are, and they say, I just want to be fit. But bro, you just want to look good. You don't want to be fit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you look good and you weren't fit, you wouldn't care, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's just the realest thing, bro. It's all about just being fit generally. Like, bro, I had a fight, and all up in my camp, everyone that was training me was saying, right, you're ready, you're fitness, bro. I didn't run a day.
Yeah.
I did not run once, you know, bro. I'm a guy that's had 2 knee operations, and I had sciatica, so I had back problems, bro. I don't run, bro, because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, bro, in the lead up to my fight, I never done one run,
bro. Talk to me about that fight, bro, because
my cardio was mad, bro. When I tell you, like, when man was getting tired, that is when I just started going. I didn't break a sweat in the first round.
So explain to me, you see, because I've been told this, innit? And like, bro, I can't imagine the pressure, because obviously you lot were talking greasy before the fight. So there's a lot of pressure on, innit?
Yeah.
So tell me this, you see, when the lights come on, bro, and it's like ding, ding, can you feel what's going on? Or is it just all eyes on him? Like, does the nervous energy get to you, or is it just all eyes on the opponent?
I couldn't feel anything, but you know what it was, like, I don't know. I'm just built for this shit, bro. You know when you're just built for that.
That's a weird guy, bro, man.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
you know nuts, bro. My head, bro. I went there, bro. You know all I would have thought about? Let me tell you this on a level, I swear to you, bro, it wouldn't even have been about the opponent. It would have been like, fam, if he gets lucky and the man then see me get knocked out, I'm done.
You see,
I don't even care about my
head. In my head, there wasn't a possibility that I could lose, because that's who I am, bro. Like, honestly, I was like, bro, worst case scenario, he's a sick boxer. I'm from the roads, blood. That will get me through it. You know, like that. I'm like, bro, if he hits me and then I just have to just bad him up, then I'll bad him up. Do you understand? Because he ain't like me. I'm from Ed, bro. You know what I mean? That's why when a man said the other day, I think I tweeted something and I said, I don't know why they publish what people are worth and this, that, and the other, because what are we going to do with that information unless we're unrobbing them?
You're right.
And then a man replied saying, what are you scared of getting robbed? And now you got money. I said, bruv, you see the ends I'm from, and I've never been robbed in my life. I ain't worried now. You know, I was more likely to get robbed in the ends when I was a youth, and I never got taxed then. So no one's taking my things now. You know what I mean? So when I had this fight, I was like, bro, worst case scenario, boxing ability, we're similar. But you see where I'm from, I've just got another gear. I just bite down on my gum shield and just take man out, bro. Because man's from the end. You understand? So in my head, I was like, I'm gonna outbox this guy. But if it means I can't outbox him, I'll outfight him. Either way, I'm not
I like the psychology. It's good. No, it's funny though. I think that's a stupid comment. Like, are you scared to get robbed? It's like, bro, what? Are you a superhuman? It's like, bro, the thing is, it's not even about being scared to get robbed. It's, do you want to be able to walk down the street without having to think about that all the time?
This is it.
Bro, it's not even about that. It's like, listen, if you've got money, do you want to have to think about defending yourself? It's not even about, do you want to go to jail for 20 years, but because you've had to defend yourself against some twat that wants to rob you?
Bro, I've seen in the newspaper, they're like, oh yeah, Stormzy, like, worth 50 million. Bro, Stormzy's a normal brother that walks down the road. Like, man shouldn't have to know he's got 50 million in his bank. That's none of our business. Exactly.
It's just stupid. You just take away a man's freedom.
But that's what I mean. It's none of our business, bro. And that's what I'm saying. So like, even with the fight, bro, literally, us man know how relaxed I was, bro. I was so relaxed, my guy. Like, honestly, in the lead up to the fight, before the fight, I was backstage doing what I was doing. When the music came on to walk to the ring, I was just like, yeah, blood. I was soaking up the atmosphere. When I came out, I was spudding everyone in the crowd and that, bro. I was so relaxed, bro. And
so explain to me, when you licked him, what happened? Like, what was it feeling like in there? Because he obviously crumbled. What happened in there?
Nah, but you know what it is, when Mike Tyson said everyone's got a game plan to get punched in the face, that's the realest shit I've ever heard, my G. Because you see what it is, you can do everything in training, but you can't learn how to take a shot. Either you got it or you don't. And I know I can take a shot because I was sparring like cruiserweights and stuff. Like Savage Dan's my brethren, like he trained amateur at
Who's that?
Savage Dan, like he
Oh
does,
yeah, I seen him. Yeah, he looks
yeah,
kinda, he looks sick with it.
he trained at Dale Youth with like George Groves and them, man. So
okay.
I sparred with Dan, who's 90 plus kilos, and I'm at 75. And
These punches must have hurt, bro.
And I took a straight right hand from Dan, yeah. And when my legs didn't go anywhere, I said, I'm certified. I said, no man my weight, yeah, can knock me out. Because I took that flush, yeah, in the face, and I kept walking forward. And I said, you know what? Like, I'm not built like normal man my size, you know. Because normal man my size, you hit them once, yeah, a 90 something kg brother catching you with a straight right, you're gone. And my legs
tell me, did you see white when he hit you with it?
No, when he hit me, like momentarily, like your brain kind of fuzzes and you can't see nothing. And then I was like, who cares? Because the thing is, if you don't,
he wouldn't step on it inspiring though, would he? He just lick you and then
he didn't follow up. But when he caught me with the shot, like it was such a hard shot, yeah, that like I was like, I need, because what happens with people, yeah, you got a fight or flight thing in it.
Yeah.
Like, whereas me, I don't have that. I just have a mode where I compose myself. Do you know what I mean? When I get hit, I don't want to get hit again, but I'm not running. You know the ones? Because in my head, I'm like, I'm not running from no one. You know what I'm saying? So if you watch Amir Khan fight, when he gets hit, he goes into a mode where he just wants to swing it out, and that's when he gets knocked out.
But you see, the thing is, the Amir Khan thing, I think people fail to realize, this supposed glass chin thing is not really a glass chin.
He's been hit with some real G's. Bro.
Yes, and this is the thing with Amir Khan, when he gets carried away, you can tell Amir Khan's a scuffer. Like you could tell if Amir Khan was on the roads, he'd be like, "Let's get it cracking."
Swinging,
because get it cracking. But what it is, when he gets busy with it, he starts lifting his chin up.
Yeah.
So he gets hit flush. Like Canelo's shot would have knocked out heavyweight, bro. Canelo put Kovalev down. Like that left hook, bro, would have knocked out anyone. Like,
but when he gets knocked out, he gets carried away. And the thing is, I always tell people in boxing, you can't punch and defend at the same time. It's just like you can't speak and listen at the same time. So when Amir Khan wants to let go of 5, 6, 7, 8 punches, you're leaving yourself open to a counter every time you throw a punch. Whereas when Floyd fights, the reason why he doesn't get hit much is because he doesn't punch much.
Well, bro, you saw it when Danny Garcia, Amir Khan smashed him up, bro, for the whole thing. And then Danny Garcia realized he always throws this many punches. I'm just going to wait till the end and I'm going to throw one back.
And
that was it. Think about it, bro. I think Canelo got him with a left hook. Bradis Prescott got him with a left hook. And I think Danny Garcia got him with the same thing.
You can time it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So when I fight, like instinctively, when I get hit, I don't see red and just want to throw punches because I know I can get caught again.
Yeah.
So I'll regroup. So if I get caught with a shot, I might take a step back, but I'm still defending. So when he hit me with that, I liked getting hit with that shot, bro, because it let me know.
It's nice to feel it, innit?
It's nice to know that I can take it. And then in the lead up to the fight, they were gloating, saying, "Oh yeah, he's sparring with headgear on this, that, and the other." So as soon as he told me he wasn't sparring with headgear, that means they're not punching.
Yeah, you can tell they can't be.
Because if the pros spar with headgear, if you're not sparring with headgear, that means no one's putting it on you. You see what I'm saying? So in my head, psychologically, I knew as soon as I landed the first clean shot, the fight was over. I knew that. And I remember the punch that I landed, like it was yesterday, because when I hit him, his eyes opened like that, bro. Like he'd never.
That's what I was asking you. What was it like in there? Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
I landed an overhand right, like bam. And as soon as I hit him, his eyes went boom. And as soon as that, I saw the surrender, like in his eyes. That's when his hands started coming up high after that shot. Before he was fighting with his hands down. As soon as I landed that right hand, bro, he didn't want it no more. And from then, I just started. I didn't rush. I just started just staying behind the jab, and I was like, I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him. Straight right, left hook, and in the end, that's what stopped, man. I hit the left hook, and man went flying into the ropes like that way, bro. And it was like, and it was.
What was it like in the end? Did it get peak in the crowd, or was it cool?
Bro, when I was getting in there, bro, because they brought loads of people there, so the crowd was shouting his name, everything like that. But literally, because I had my people in the front, it was a mixed crowd, innit? But like, obviously, he had like the traveler guys, so they were rowdy. Like my people are just calm, so they're there buying their drinks and that. But the travelers were proper shouting. But you know how they are, have their drinks and that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then I just got the yard man and that, bro. Like Venom Paint was there. Everyone's just quiet. You get me? But them man were making bare noise. So I could hear his people. And even when I watched the fight back, you could hear his people in the back. You couldn't hear mine. But when I was in the ring, I could hear them. But I was thinking, bro, you man wasted your time coming here. Because what I'm gonna do to man, yeah. I sparred with Dion as well, Dion Juma, yeah, like flipping my man, like Olympic team.
He's a cruiserweight,
like,
isn't it? He's
a
innit?
cruiserweight as well, and he's a southpaw, bro. And when I moved around with Dion was like, bro, you're ready. He was like, your movement's good, your engine's good, your selection of punches is good, bro. And when man that's trained with GB Olympic team, yeah, that's got like he's got a national title now, yeah, saying to me, bro, you're ready. No normal guy that hasn't boxed is not doing me nothing. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, of course, bro. That's gonna give you confidence, innit? You've put your foot to the fire, innit?
This is it. And when men are telling me I'm fit and I'm tearing up this bag and moving around and sparring and I've done no running, do you know what I'm saying, bro?
You're moving like Wilder.
Bro, I done no running, bro. But James Toney didn't run either. But my thing is, like we know how to manage our bodies from in the industry. I know, that I don't need to be running and that because the effects on my body. But if I wanted to, I could do my mobility work and I could get through 90 minutes of football. I can I can manage myself through it.
I just don't feel like, innit?
When I'm training now, man, like how much can you bet, bro? I haven't trained above 80% in about 3 years.
But what's the point? You just get injured.
Point, I'm out here. I've got gymnastic strings. I'm out here doing body weight. And the thing is, I could probably do 50 press ups straight without even really my breath changing, bro. But I don't do more than 20 because who cares? you see what I mean? I'll bang 20 and then I'll be like, cool, I'll do 100 today. Like,
it's funny you say that because that's what I tapped into with my training. So, for example, like my best wide grip pull up strict is like 25.
Yeah.
But I'll knock out sets of 6 to 8. Yeah. But I can do 6 to 8 for a whole hour. Yeah. So like in between every exercise I'll do 6 to 8. So within a session, I might get anything from 10 to 20 sets of pull-ups. And I believe the accumulation, your nervous system learns that. And that's how you learn the strength over time. Yeah. So I believe in that. So for example, what you'll see people do is they'll do one set, they'll get themselves to failure and they gas for all the rest of the sets. So they can't do anything. Where 6 to 8 leaves me with stuff in the tanks. I can just constantly repeat that set. Constantly. I literally could do.
Training is all about volume. That's what people don't realize. Do you know what I mean? It's not about how many reps you can do, I do like in the yard, like I've got gymnastic strings, I've got a chin-up bar. I literally say, you know what, I'm doing 100 reps a day. That's all I'm doing. Over the course of the week, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's 700 reps, bro.
And that's the thing. And what people don't understand, so even today, this is what I was explaining, is that if you can accumulate that volume over time, you've got to look at what that is to you over a year. So for example, if you're someone who can, you go ham in the gym, and let's say you can only train 3 times a week, that's 12 times a month. What's that? 144 times in a year. Yeah. Whereas if you don't go as hard and you can train 5 times a week, now you can train 240 times a year over 3 years. And people are like, yeah, you're talking way too. No, bro. This is real life. And also, because you haven't pushed it, the likelihood of you dropping off because of injuries is less likely as well, which means you can accumulate a greater body of work over time. Now, obviously, these rules change if you have specific goals, like, I've got to get ready for a competition. I'm a power lifter. If these are your things, then and also, if you're just like, bro, look, I want to get massive and quick, then cool. But you need to understand the risks that come with that. So I remember when I was at this expo and I met Eddie Hall in it, and I said to him, look, I keep hitting a plateau in my deadlift. At the time, I was still trying to push it. Yeah. And he said, bro, to me, listen, I see a chiropractor. I think he said like 2 times a week. He said, I see an acupuncturist like another 2 times. I do massage. Bro, he was doing like 5-6 hours of recovery a week, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, no wonder the guy can push himself that much. Me, I don't have the money, one, and the time, two, bro, to do that much recovery work. So the reality is I have to manage my body through that so that I'm able to constantly train. As soon as I push too hard, bro, I always get a niggle. Oh, my back's hurting. I've pulled my neck a bit. Whereas if I just tick over, bro, I can train all the time. 2 months now of being in this coronavirus period, bro, I've been training constantly. I got 1 niggle the other day because I forced 1 rep on a pull up. I twisted my neck. Actually, I didn't. I was doing stupid jumps, competing with my brethren, and I wasn't warmed up. But that was the only niggle I've had all period because I've just ticked over, bro. Just ticked over,
But
ticked
that's
along,
all
ticked
you. That's
along.
all you, bro. I literally
Yeah,
said, you know what? Between doing body weight rows on my rings, doing pull
yeah,
ups and doing press ups, I'm like 100 reps a day. That's what I'm doing.
yeah.
That's it. Every single day, just
That's it.
100. Bro. Like,
Clever,
man,
bro.
that's it. Every day, just 100, 100, 100. So when people are like, right, like you look like you've been training, I'll be like, I
Yeah,
have and I haven't. Like, it's been easy,
yeah,
bro. I haven't broken a sweat once.
yeah. Just ticking over.
I bang 50 pull-ups, 50 press-ups. That's 100 reps. I'm done, bro. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I go back to doing what I'm doing. Like, honestly, man, I don't even need a drink of water in between that. That's light.
Bro, moderate exercise was one of the biggest fitness hacks, bro, I ever made. Understand? Sorry, I'm just gonna run inside because the light's better in there.
Yeah, that's calm. Yeah, moderate exercise and frequency, bro. And also what it does, the endorphin release, bro, like is unbelievable. Like cycling for me, yeah, I've noticed my mood change, yeah, rapidly just from cycling, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's where my interest for the cardio come from, innit? Because I realized, like, bro, do you know what? It's like I used to come from my run, yeah. When I was mad, that's what like the marathon training, like, bro, I went from like hating cardio that I was a bit like, bro, do you know what? Like the marathon training became enjoyable because all of a sudden, bro, it was like the feeling of like endorphin and you get me, I was tapping into like certain times I'd get to like a new PB or I would like challenge myself in a different way. And all of a sudden it was a bit like, wow, this is interesting. Do you get what I'm saying? Rather than just trying to hit a new 1 rep max every week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It became a different thing and I started to enjoy it.
But that's it. Like fitness goals, yeah, are important. Like, and that's what I say to all of you lot as well. Like, when you don't go to the gym and say I want to get fit, bro. Like, have specific goals. Like, why do you want to get fit? Do you know what I mean? Because most of the time you realize people don't actually want to be fit. They have no interest in fitness.
Yeah.
They just want to look good on holiday, bruv. That's the majority of people in the gym. And if you want to do that, then the way you would train and the way you would eat would not be the same as someone who wants to get fit. Because don't get it twisted, yeah. Looking good for a holiday don't take long, bruv. If you eat well and train well, you can do it in a very short amount of time, but there's no longevity to that, bruv.
It's short. That's what I was just gonna say. It's very short-sighted.
Yeah. Like
to just look good for a holiday is very short-sighted, and I think people have to appreciate that. Like for me, like I said, I'm not an extremist, and I'm not like some fitness evangelist. But at the same time, there is a value to having fitness, bro. Like we're looking at a virus at the moment. And like, look, I don't know enough about the virus to make too many comments, but I do know you'll be better armed to defend yourself against it with a healthier immune system than if you don't.
Yeah.
And I know they keep talking about underlying health issues and people don't have underlying health issues, but the reality is, bro, like it's very unlikely, or it's less likely, I should say, if you have less health issues, which you can help by being fitter and healthier.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro. Absolutely. And what people call fitness and what they call health, again, they're saying, oh, a young guy is this, that, and the other, he was healthy and that. But I know bare man that look good, yeah, but them man are doing lines, them man are drinking bare alcohol, they eat crap food, but they look good. So because certain people look good, you assume they're healthy, bro. Like, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because you can run a 5K in a certain amount of time or you got a six-pack, that don't mean you're healthy.
But also, bro, it's like if you smoke, for example, and you smoke a lot, you may be young enough to not have any underlying health issues, but you can't tell me that if you're a regular smoker, you don't have a compromised immune system.
You do, because your body's constantly fighting the crap that you're putting in your body. Yeah.
So that's another thing. And this is, again, back to your point with the veg and the diet, where the nutrition starts to become more than just, I want to have a six-pack. It's more about, bro, like, how does my body feel? Like, am I constantly feeling sluggish and lethargic because I'm digesting all this stuff I'm putting in? Or can I actually just function because now I'm not putting in as like stuff that's as, what's the word, like inflammatory. It's not making me feel inflamed and all acidic and tired and all that. Do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. And that's what I mean. So all them things, like, bro, it's a journey, fam. Do you know what I'm saying? I never knew all these things at the beginning.
No, 100%. I wasn't interested, bro. I would laugh at you for commenting on my KFC. I'd laugh at you, bro. This guy's an idiot. Why?
Because man would be like, right, I can still bench this. I still look good. What's the problem?
That's six-pack. That was my argument, bro. I remember one of the leanest periods of my life, bro. Every day I used to get the same lunch. I'd have cereal in the morning, which was cornflakes with about 10 sugars added in.
Yeah, you always had bare sugar. I remember you used to be caning the sugar.
Bro, caning the sugar, bro. Then I come in with the boiled eggs and the pasta, and then for lunch, I'd buy if you remember, they used to have this low calorie bread at Waitrose, and I get
Yeah,
that
I
on the
remember.
rotisserie chicken, bro. I used to eat that
Yeah,
every day.
I
That was
remember.
my
Man used to
diet,
clap a
bro.
whole loaf of bread with chicken. Bro, I remember it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man used to have the whole loaf, you know, just slap the whole loaf of bread. Bro, that's a madness.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And that's how we've evolved over 10 years, bro. So, you know what I mean? People don't think that there's no quick fix to this healthy or this fitness. There's no quick fix. You're always learning new things. Do you know what I mean? As long
100%.
as you're open, yeah, to taking in new information, bro. Because anyone that met me would have never thought, bro, I used to live in Nando's, blood. And now I don't even eat chicken.
Bro. I think the last time I saw you in person was in Nando's, bro.
You see what I'm saying?
I can't eat, Dean. You know I can't eat it anymore, bro.
Bro,
I can't eat it, bro. Bro, I can't eat it anymore. I can't eat it, bro.
I would go in Nando's and eat a whole chicken on its own. Just the chicken, you know?
Bro, it started like this, yeah. It started with like, I would get the Nando's and I started picking at it because I was like, that bit looks funny. And then before it went from that to getting the chicken breast, and then the chicken breast, the thigh, sorry, was just all fat, bro. And I was just like, you know what? This thing's just making me feel sick. Make me feel ill, bro. Like I want to vomit when I eat it.
Exactly. And guys, in the comments as well, yeah. Stuff that you want us to talk about as well. I'll be checking the comments after every episode and that anyway. So if there's anything specifically that you want information or you want us to talk about, slap it in the comment section as well. Definitely do that. But yeah, you know, you're spot on, my guy, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's a journey, and I think you'll be surprised though, because a lot of people that are vegan don't eat well either. They'll be like, "Oh, Oreos are vegan, so I slap Oreos." So you'll be surprised, that like just because people go vegetarian or vegan, it doesn't make them actually healthier. Because I used to say to these man, if you're telling me that my steak and veg is less healthy than your chips with bare flipping sauce on it and your Oreos, it's not. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, bruv, like it doesn't always mean health, innit? Like if you're getting,
I can't lie though, bro. The vanilla Oreos are mad, bro.
I've never had them.
Bro, if I see them in the shop, I have to run. I just gotta be real with you, bro. They're mad. I haven't had them in 6 weeks now. They're mad, bro. Bro, don't start. Don't start. Put it that way. Don't start.
Yo, bro, make sure plug your socials in it. I'm gonna put them in the description anyway. Do you know what I mean? We're gonna do this weekly anyway, guys, man. So if there's any information you want, stuff you want us to talk about specifically, put it in the comments in it, and we'll address them in future shows. Also, in the lead up to the shows as well, we'll put topics out there on Instagram as well. So make sure you're following him on Instagram, and then man, we'll give you guys what you want, man, because you lot been screaming for this for ages, man. Yo, plug the social.
Yeah, look, my Instagram's train with KP, so that's spelled as it is, train with KP, and there's an underscore at the end because someone's stolen the plugin to post pictures of their dog. Annoyingly. So it's train with KP, and then there's an underscore at the end. My name's Kyle, so you'll see it come up. But yeah, it's better if you give us topics to speak about, because usually it's easier to feedback on what people are requesting or asking for rather than just speaking about random topics, because naturally you end up talking about what you're more into than what people necessarily want to hear. So tell us, if it's I want to get big, that's fine. Even though we said things like, there's no reason to get big. If that's your thing, that's fine, but maybe we'll just explain to you how to do that in the best way we feel you could do it. Or if it's you want to get fit, maybe we'll help you make that a bit more distinctive. So it's like, okay, I want to get fit, but we'll give you a more definitive way of clarifying what that fitness goal is. Yeah, man. So just hit us up. Let me know.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, yo, it's been a good one. And yo, we'll catch you lot regularly as well. So make sure you slap in the comments. Obviously, you know my socials. If you don't already, I don't know why you're here. So, you know, I big up you lot, man. I love, and man will catch you in a bit.
Yeah, bro.